I like to start just thanking everybody for your participation throughout the year, whatever it is that you've done, 10 minutes of volunteering, coming to meetings, going to festivals, any different way that we support our communities. A lot of these folks up here, I'm very thankful for all of you and the time that you guys dedicate to balancing books or just all the typing or the other meetings that we go through. We have 10 running meetings that sit here at this center, but I've probably been in at least 200 meetings this year. And you've probably been in at least 40 council, 10 plus.
So maybe I've been to 13.
Okay. Well, maybe not that much this year, but a lot of us sit in a lot of meetings. Jose, I'm really proud of you and the role that you stepped up. He's not only a council member here in Pear Blossom, but he's actually the chair or co-chair to the ARTC, and that's the Association of Rural Town Councils. That's where all the councils come together and we kind of talk all their stuff to make a plan against the county, with the county, however it works. So Jose, that's a big step, and I'm really proud that someone from Pear Blossom is in that seat. I see the ARTC moving forward in a good and positive, strong way, like our council has here. So super cool. We started this year off with wanting to put a lot of focus on our Joshua trees, and there's been some slow movement, but more on the state and the county side. We're going to revisit that next year. I think that's something that's very important for us to keep on. But more important, this year in February 22nd, right, of this year, our CSD passed. Something that members from this community have been waiting on for well over 15, 16 years when they had the first talks with Little Rock. The CSD is very important for our community. It didn't only set a boundary for us, but which I think is minimal, but also very important. Minimal in the sense that it's not our real boundaries. Pear Blossom's bigger than it is. But it's important because it shows other state entities. It shows other county entities. We are Pear Blossom. This is our spot. And within those boundaries, it shows our uniqueness. We're the only town in all of LA County that can store stuff outdoor legally. We only got 400 square feet, but we're allowed to do it. Us, along with Little Rock, we're allowed to have big rusty metal sculptures, rural artifacts. That's something that happens nowhere else in the county. So, and we have a whole long list of stuff. So if you guys like to learn more about the CSD, I encourage you to do so. Reach out to one of us. You can go check it out on our page. So that was a great accomplishment. Another thing that we've been working on hard for many years is the highway and all the issues that are related with it. And it's been a very sad year on our highway. We've already been on 15 deaths within a certain stretch here. But after we got the data from Caltrans on how many hundreds and hundreds of deaths have happened on just the 138, it's pretty sad. Sergio back there, thank you. You stepped up really big, helping Little Rock, and our partnership between our two councils has made our Southeast Antelope Valley become very unified and strong. Caltrans listens to us. We've been invited to meetings, sit-down meetings, and not just with Caltrans, but with other agencies. So our unified, our strength together, our brothers, sisters of towns and communities, it's working, and we're going to keep continuing that. Caltrans is going to give us our light. We were hoping that we were going to get it this year, but we got confirmation. We are getting a light, 126, and it's going to be happening in June of 2025. We went through all the steps. We started it 4 years ago. Kyle, you were in the first meeting with us, Robert and Victor. We all sat on that corner and we asked, hey, which corner is it going to be? Where are we going to get our light? It was a long process. We got here. 106. We had a meeting a couple weeks ago at 106. That big deadly intersection. That was probably the most horrific part of the highway this year. We lost some out-of-towners, some community members, some from the next town over, Palmdale, Little Rock. And we also lost a really young kid who's done a lot here in this town. And a lot of people knew him. He was on his way to becoming a good citizen. He liked to help us in different ways here. Rest in peace, Zane. 106 is going to get some sort of a light, an obstruction, something to slow them down. The problem is it's on a curve. The problem is it doesn't meet California's metrics. But the thing that we saw, Sergio and I saw, is these guys are going to find a way to collect that data. So whatever day that they happen to go out there to make sure the numbers are right to meet those metrics, I saw a commitment that they're willing to do that. So now we have state agencies that are helping us to save lives at a level that we never had before. If it's a little bit or a lot, we'll take every bit that we can. As we move through the year, we had our wonderful art festival. And something this year that happened at this art festival, it grew beyond Pear Blossom, it grew beyond Little Rock. It spread to the entire Antelope Valley. And there was people here from the entire AV, and artists flocked here in numbers, asking how they can be part of this. So something that we had here was attracting to the greater AV. So we're going to be known for our festivals. And the duck races reflected that too this year. That's a hard local event. We do not need to advertise at all. And people are asking, hey, first Sunday's coming up. Duck races are still on, right? People ask us about the duck races, especially the locals. This year, we had a good amount of people from Lancaster, Palmdale, Lake LA. It was great. Castaic, Phelan, Wrightwood. So our events are growing. Our little cool center that we have is growing. The nostalgicness, the uniqueness, the rusticness. It's starting to become contagious, and people are knowing Pear Blossom for what we've always been known for: our parties, our good festivals, our hospitality. And we have people.
I think if I talk about it soon enough, maybe I could get people from there too.
And we will. And this is becoming a destination place. This whole center is becoming a destination place. Destiny, I think you have something to say?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't know that Pear Blossom is like there's a whole city out here.
Yeah.
So many people who I talk to and like where I came from the conference, the point right here, and they're like, Pear Blossom, houses out there? And I'm like, yeah. So when I tell them about this duck race and every other event that we're hosting out here, I'm like, yeah, come check it out. And they're like, there's people out there, there's like civilization out there, because honestly, before I went there, I never went past the outpost, and I never knew that there was a whole city out here of people. So I feel like the more events that are out here, is like social media posting, because it's duck race was something that a lot of people probably didn't know about. And so it's like, hey, come check out the duck races, come beaches. I've heard about it, but only because I'm in that. I think definitely more people to advertise to get to like other cities will definitely.
So from what you're saying and how I'm hearing it, thank you, Destiny. She brought our treats tonight. One wonderful dessert she makes. So Destiny, from what I'm hearing, you've been inspired by our little events. You're so happy you're sharing them and telling everybody. You
Living that far, it does seem like so far. But a lot of people do say that they did not know certain events were happening out here because there wasn't any type of promotion.
So with that being said, I see your enthusiasm for our community. We do have alternate seats on the council, and we actually do have one open seat. We would need a correspondence or some sort of PR person, so let's talk later. So there it is. There's proof right there. This year, what we're doing is becoming contagious. People are becoming more involved. We have a lot of new people here in town. As I look across the school in the morning, or I see people drive up and down, 5 years ago, I get a honk from every other car. Now it's maybe every couple cars. There's a lot of new people in town, and we need to welcome them and encourage all of this. Come hang out. So we have a lot of growth. So this center is for that. As people, community members face challenges, that's what this council's been doing. And we did that this year. And I saw a lot of that this year. I'm gonna get back onto what I was trying to say. So after our duck races, the Girl Scouts, we had all this community volunteership today. So I just want to expand what is going to happen next year, because a lot of seeds have been laid this year. So for next year, a big focus for this center, and I think our community, needs to be disaster preparedness. Now, we've all experienced the Bobcat fire at different levels. Some of us more, a little closer to it than others. Some of us even got stung by the fire. With the challenges that we face out here, fire, I think, is a little bit less of a risk, but still there. We also have a big earthquake. So disaster preparedness is going to become a big focus for this center. We are going to become a distribution center for other communities here to distribute disaster supplies coming from the state, FEMA, and other private organizations, firms, corporations, the nonprofits. They're all going to be coming to here and distributed. We're going to end up with 4 shipping containers. And our goal is to always have enough emergency supplies here for the people of Pear Blossom, every family, to survive for at least 6 months without outside help. That's a really big goal, and I think we can do it. We have the ability to do it. There's warehouses down there filled with stuff, and we can do it here. Now, it's not just going to be stored here. What we're going to have to work on is talking to the neighbors that I don't know. You talk to your other neighbors, tell them to talk to their neighbors. We're going to have kits here for entire families to come and pick up. So now you guys have at least 4 months right there at your house, and everyone has 4 months. So disaster preparedness is a major goal for next year. Major goal for next year. The other part that's going to be happening alongside of our goals next year is this community center is going to have a rural sculpture park. And the sculpture park is a way to attract people here, to make this a destination place, and also acquire grants and so on and so forth. So there's a nonprofit that's being formed that's solely built of all artists. And their whole focus is to promote rural arts here in Pear Blossom as a start. So they want to help us build our sculpture garden. They want to help us build activities for the community to do here. Now there's going to be other options. You know, there's music, performance, not just painting, not just the stuff that I do, sculpting, welding. We're hoping we can expand it into a lot of different workshops. So expect those 2 big things to happen next year here at the community center. As for the council, one of the main things that have been brought to my attention, and it was in our discussion item tonight, is we have a lot of people moving into town. And some people are just going to come here and do whatever they want and never meet us. And if they want to live in their bubble, so be it. But there's a lot of people coming from LA and they don't know about our dark skies. They don't know about how special the Joshua trees are. They don't know how you're not supposed to just scrape your land. So there's a lot of development coming. So we talked about forming some sort of a community development or committee. I think it's important that we try to reach out and speak to all of our new community members. So one, they don't feel ousted when they come here, they feel welcome. And then we can also, when someone's welcome, we can actually teach them, hey, look, this is the cool uniqueness about our land. It's dark at night. We can see the stars. And these are all the different features about our community that we're proud of, that way they can learn about it in the beginning instead of just doing their own thing. And then we have a bright pink building in the middle of town. So there's a lot of things happening. I'm very proud to say that I live in this community. It's hard to get people here to show up once a month because we all have our lives and we have our sprinkles of people that come in. But man, when we need help and we ask for help, people show up in this town. When we say we have a party, people show up in this town. And I'm very thankful for that. So in my closing statements, I'm honored to work with all of you guys. I'm honored to live here. And I'm proud that I have never left here. I'm proud that I can say that I'm raising my kids here. This is a great town. Thank you, everybody. Let's go outside and light our tree up. Wait. Yes, I can make a quick statement about that.
Sorry.
No worries. Thank you for bringing that to my attention because I just found out something on that today. Sit down for a second.
I would like to think I speak for everyone here at the table that I don't think any of this would be possible without you. I don't know how you do what you do and as much as you do in the short amount of time that you have in a day.
I'd like to double down on that. Yeah. I've said frequently, I wish I had his energy for one, and that he's done more for this town in 50 years than anybody has in the last 50 years. Keep up the good work.
I got a good team. Thank you.
Well, I just gotta say that you weren't motivating us.
It's you.
So you are the motor that runs this.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't mind being the engine. I got it. We're well built. So thank you, everybody.
I remember when it was busy before, and I was active before, and we did have the things. And then as people got older, we couldn't get anybody to come up. So for you to come up and start doing the things we did, but also more things, it's a blessing to Bear Blossom.
My honor. My honor.